What up? It's your boy, Incredible Man. And yes, I am back at it again, and I am like all kinds of late. I had stuff to do last week, and I actually forgot about it, but I didn't want to drop it later. I said I'll wait to this week to drop it in succession with episode 7, and that is Gleipnir episode 6 discussion slash review. Let's get into it, man.
Just take it, don't wait for someone to break it. Take control, then don't just take it, hey, you can make it happen. You just gotta take some action, take the ship and be the captain.
Okay, 100%. Every week I tell you guys that I really love the anime, and I do, but this episode was really good, man. I really enjoyed it. We got some nice introduction to some more characters, a little more world building, I guess you can kind of say, because it didn't really expand the whole world, but like the world of the forest. We see that there's a bunch of people teaming up, and we got introduced to some new characters, and we learned a lot of things as well. Man, dude. Oh boy, this episode, I haven't saw episode 7 because I told you guys I'm gonna do it in succession. So I'm gonna do this episode, then do episode 7. But I really loved this episode. It was really good. And everything that went down was, it fit so well with inside the world of Gleipnir. And I love how they handled everything. So this episode, we see Shuichi and Claire meeting this new group of people to help them gather the coins. Now, they're not going to work with the dude that helped them in episode 5. He decided not to help them because he's only helping Shuichi and Claire. He doesn't care about these other randos. And looking at these characters, that's what they are, because like they transformed into these weird looking people. And don't get me wrong, I'm not knocking them, because the little girl with the red hair and the dog ears, she's kind of cute. I kind of like her. She seems like she's going to be a fun character. And then the dude that like he transformed, like he was probably ugly, like Claire said, he transformed to someone handsome. So like then we learned that like this episode we actually learned that if your subconscious is giving out an image or a picture of what you want to transform to, that's what you end up transforming to. Now the leader of this little group, she had a clear image of what she wanted. So that's how her powers came out, very specific. And that's nice, and that's why I considered it world building, because we also got a little bit more about the powers and how everything works. If your subconscious has an ideal of how, whether you want to look different physically, or maybe like you just want to strengthen your body, you have to have a clear picture of what you want, and that's what allows you to transform into these certain different types of things. Except for Shuichi. Someone wanted him to turn into what he is, so that's how it happened. Now, throughout the story, we've been learning that it's been Elena, but I'm not totally sure. I could have sworn the chick had glasses, and it was the chick that we met at the convenience store, but that's a whole different video within itself. Now, this episode, we see Claire and Shuichi meeting the group, and they're end up initiating contact with the group by this one guy that was being blackmailed by the big green troll looking character in episode 5. So we meet this guy, and he's so timid and awkward and everything, and Claire shows him the picture of the dude dead, and I'm assuming that he thinks that they done it, and he's super terrified of them, because when they get to the base and he introduces them to everybody, and Claire and Shuichi. Now what I love is that like when they were first introduced to these characters, they were doing it as one whole unit. They thought Claire was the transformed bear. Yeah, it's a bear, right? I think it's a bear. No, dog. The transformed dog. Now, the funny thing is, they were like, oh, okay, sure, cool. She was like, but you guys have to form a pact with me. A pact? What are you talking about? And Claire and Shuichi had to think about it, and Claire was like, okay, is it cool that I formed a pact? She was like, what do you mean? So Claire escapes. Well, she not escaped. She gets out of Shuichi's body, and they were all shocked. Oh my God, like you can climb inside of him? What are you doing? So they were all shocked, and Claire goes upstairs to form the pact. And that's when this whole episode took a turn for the worse. Well, not the worst, but like the weird, because at that moment, I swear I thought for a minute this wasn't even ecchi anymore. This is jumped straight into hentai territory. Let's just be real. That's exactly what this was. It jumped into that whole territory and switched everything completely. But it was good. It was very good. And we got a little backstory about the black-haired chick. We learned how her powers work, what happened to make her have these very specific types of powers, and she knows Elena. Well, she says she knows Elena, so we'll find out in episode 7. But then we have Shuichi getting a little closer with the redhead girl. We learned that her transformation is dog ears and she can understand animals because, you know, she's infatuated with pets and everything, and she wants to be a vet. So it's very nice to see all these different types of powers, and it builds the world, like I said, because normally we've seen a bunch of physical powers and enhancements and everything, but everybody isn't like that. So this group is gathering the coins to keep it from other people from devastating the world. We get the little redhead girl's vision of like, well, the only reason she started to do this because she was terrified what might happen to her family and her friends and stuff, just like Shuichi. Now, there are some people like that, and honestly, I think I'd be in that group, but I wouldn't be so callous about it as they are. I feel like they don't seem like the strongest group of people, and I guess with Shuichi and Claire there, they may have a chance now, but they don't seem like the strongest group of people. But we have the redhead girl getting closer to Shuichi and everything because she can understand animals, and she senses that he's a nice person. So she asks him to help her find her wallet. Then they go off in the woods, and next thing you know, she strips naked and gets inside Shuichi, and so Shuichi's getting all the girls. They all inside him. And it's so fun to see it that way because then he realizes, wait, you're naked in here? Well, you said my clothes would get dirty. No. So it's fun to see that side of Shuichi. They kept the comedy in there because a lot of stuff was getting serious because we have the black-haired chick up here just filling up Claire all kinds of wrong. And then she's telling her that she fell in love with a teacher. Like, dude, this story is like legit, man. Then she tells her that she knows Elena. I don't buy it, but she says that she does. And then we see the one dude that introduced Claire and Shuichi to the group. He started to spy on Shuichi. Now I'm assuming this could be because he doesn't trust them, and he's seen that like what they done to the green troll guy, which it wasn't them, but I'm assuming he thinks that's what they done, and he may have a crush on this redhead chick because he transformed into like a camera or a telescope where he can just look at people, a peeping Tom basically, and that's what he transformed to. And he was watching them the whole time while they were in the woods and while she was inside of him, and he was flipping out and crying and all upset. And then we pan and we see Elena and her companions walking up the mountain, and one of her companions finds old girl's wallet. Now, the only thing about that is because I feel like Shuichi is going to come in contact with Elaine and her group because, you know, he has a wonderful sense of smell. And Elaine's going to flip out when she finds out that somebody else is inside of him again, and she's going to think it's Claire, and it's not. And I feel like the redhead girl may die. Because the worst possible thing they could do right now is leave the base. Because Elaine's group ended up finding her wallet. Oh my gosh. I don't want the girl to die. I really like her. I don't see Shuichi dying. He's the main character. But, well, co-main character. But I don't want to see the redheaded girl die either. I really enjoy her as a character. And then, you know, we learn about the girl's, the black-haired girl's powers, and she wraps it around Claire's neck. And if Claire ever decides to divulge any secrets about the group or tell about her and her powers or whatever, it will strangle her and cut her head off. Very specific, but like I said, man, this episode was great. I really loved this episode. It had a lot of stuff in it, and now I'm gonna go dive into episode 7. This is your boy, The Incredible Man. Don't forget to smash the like button until you can't smash it anymore. Comment down below, and I'll be sure to respond to each and every one of them, and subscribe. But only if you really want to, man. And remember that anime matters, anime is greatness, and anime is life, man. Peace out.
Are we gonna play now? Ready for the show? I'm about to take down, you already know. Get the fuck out of my face now, yeah, you got it.